Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy, Next Gen 7. And myself in the background. Yeah. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy, Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. Let's talk about something real quick, right? I'm gonna let the room. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got some interesting comments here, my man. Shout out to my man Griffin Gaming, Flip Bayless. Griffin Gaming said, "What has he done to deserve a promotion?" Flip Bayless put, "So I take making 300 controllers in 1 year gets you promoted at Microsoft these days." Whoa, man, oh man. Mark Ivan, shout out to everybody. He said, "You'd be so kind to hit the like button." We're gonna just talk about this for a few minutes. I found it easier for me to go live and then render, the video and stuff like that. I was already working on the video, so let me get and cover this. Also, listen, check it out, right? You guys know that I'm always doing something new. I'm always, making new things, stuff, new shows. And this, I'm gonna throw out there my disclaimer before I start what I'm about to talk about today, right? Listen, the show I have tonight is not to offend anyone. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a debate. God versus evolution versus science, or God versus science versus evolution, either or, right? And again, it's just to provoke thought, not to offend anyone. Okay, it's not gonna be a screaming, shouty match. It's gonna be a well civilized conversation. We're gonna do that about 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, like I said, we're working over here, right? Anyway, getting right into today's show, what I want to talk about for these few minutes. Let me go to the exact article. Okay. Now, this morning, I was reading. Someone sent me a tweet that Phil was headed to Japan. If you don't know, Tokyo Game Show, I believe it's Monday or even Tuesday, 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, I believe the show starts. It's either Monday or Tuesday. Now, Microsoft did say that they were going to attend the Tokyo Game Show. Of course, they got a new console coming out, and like I said, there's no secret that the Xbox One division is doing horribly in Japan. I don't. Let's be clear. The Xbox division has never done well in Japan, right? But what makes it even worse, the 360 sold less than the original Xbox, and the Xbox One has sold far less than the Xbox 360. It's getting worse. But anyway, Phil went to Japan. I want to say 6 months ago to meet with some developers, talking about bringing some games to the Xbox platform, right? Some people will praise it. Some people were, didn't care. Some people thought it was a step in the right direction. I know, like Porter Rock always said, you've been the boss of Xbox for 3 years, and it took you 3 years to go to Japan. It is what it is, right? But anyway, Phil Spencer has gotten a huge promotion. He was promoted to the vice president of gaming over at Microsoft. You realize that Microsoft does everything. Microsoft has games on cell phones, games on Windows only, those type of games, a whole bunch of games, card games. Anyway, Phil has been given a promotion. He's not only is he the boss of the Xbox division, which is the console division, he's the vice president of gaming over at Microsoft. A huge promotion, right? It's for senior members only. Phil Spencer has now have a head at the table at Microsoft when the dollar and the rest of the other big wigs there. I think it's like 30. So let me bring up the article. So I want to have to. I guess I will be for sure. Hold on, let me go here. Where are you? Someone tagged me in the article. I know they posted it in Bang Bang. Where you at? Come here. I just had you, and I closed you out by mistake. Where are you? Here we go. Got it. Now let me share my screen with you guys. You wonderful folks there in YouTube land. Hit here. Share. Present to everyone. Make this smaller. Make this a little bigger. Oh, very big. All right. Xbox leader Phil Spencer joins the Microsoft senior leadership team. Ooh. There's Phil. Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox at Microsoft, is joining the company's senior leadership team today. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella informed its employees of Phil Spencer's new role at the company. Listen, she said Phil Spencer is now the executive vice president of gaming at Microsoft, looking over the company's gaming business across all kinds of devices and services. This includes Xbox, Windows Gaming, and gaming on other Microsoft devices as HoloLens. All right, I'm going to stop there, right? It's a pretty big deal. He has an official seat at the table when decisions are made, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was this gentleman here, Terry, I highlighted, right? Remember I told you guys that Phil had a boss? I believe it was this guy right here, Terry Myerson. You know what I mean? And we had a, well, you know, on BGST, we had a joke. I think Crap came up with it, called it budget solve, and how the Xbox division doesn't have that blank check anymore. And this guy right here, if I'm not mistaken, Terry Myerson, he was he was, you know, a big reason behind them, you know, pulling the purse strings. So anyway, let's get to the juicy part, right? What does this mean for the Xbox division? And the question of that is, I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is this, right? And I know I get called up for being a Phil Spencer hater, which is the farthest thing from the truth. Have I agreed as a fan, you know, with some of their business decisions? No. You know what I mean? But all I can say on the Phil is that we lost a lot of, you know, like third-party support marketing deals. We don't have any more true Xbox exclusives. You have that Xbox Play Anywhere. And listen, I'm not knocking those that use it, that like it and love it and stand by it. But it wasn't a huge a huge hit. It didn't sell consoles off the shelf. It didn't even sell a lot of software. Gears of War 4 bombed on PC. Quantum Break bombed on PC. Forza Horizon bombed on PC. You know what I mean? It was so bad with Gears of War 4 that they had to include the PC base players with the console players. That's literally, you know what I mean? So we have to put these things in perspective, okay? Now I asked this question. I said, "Who's taking Phil's place now? Like who? And then if Phil's moving up, who's going to take his position over in Microsoft?" And I was like, "I'm crossing my finger. Please don't tell me Sharon Loftus. Please." From what I'm hearing, though, Phil is supposed to keep both positions. He's still going to run Xbox and still be just the boss of gaming, okay? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I guess from a gamer aspect of things, I guess it's a good thing to have somebody that knows about the gaming business more than I guess the guy Terry. What the hell was his name? Terry Myerson or Harrison? What's this guy's name? Terry Myerson. You know what I mean? Which really doesn't care about gaming more or less. It's just, you know, all about the numbers. But I haven't. I'll be honest with you. For some of the decisions that Phil has made, you know, I don't feel too comfortable with them. Now, again, I don't know if these decisions came solely from Phil. Maybe it was this guy, Terry Myerson, pushing it down his throat. Like, hey, we want to get Gears on Windows 10. I don't know. Like, and again, I don't know. You know what I mean? But all this, again, has to play out. Microsoft is in a strange place right now, I would say, right? It's either hit or miss. They have this new powerful console coming out in November. Everyone's excited about it. They can't wait to get their hands on it, more or less. The better version of the multiplats. But again, they're lacking in their sparse, how should I say the better word, with their first party exclusives, you know? And what I mean by that is that you look at their biggest game was going to be this holiday season, which was going to be Crackdown 3. It wasn't even being made by Microsoft. They was third party out, same way they did with Scalebound, okay? And again, that's not a good space to be in, okay? It's not. Here's what I have to say. If Microsoft is going to truly take gaming serious, and maybe again by putting Phil on the board, maybe they're going to do that now, okay? They have to open up the purse strings. They have to. You got how you say, like my grandmother says, you got to spend money to make money. I give you an example. When I was young, believe it or not, Seb One Projects, I had a lemonade stand. Never been done in my neighborhood. I've never been done before, right? The reason why I said, Grandma, I want to get a lemonade stand because I was watching Dennis the Menace on Nick on so we just got cable on the projects, and I was watching Nickelodeon, and they had a Dennis the Menace up there, and he had a lemonade stand. And I remember my grandmother bought me 2 packs of lemon flavored Kool-Aid, and I sold all my Kool-Aid, right? And ran off to the store and bought a whole bunch of comic books, basketball, but all types of stuff. I spent the profit, and I spent all the profit and what I had to take back and put back into the business, right? So the next day I said, Grandma, you gonna buy me? It might be Kool-Aid at the time was maybe like 25 cents. Grandma, I need 50 cents to buy some more Kool-Aid. Where your money at? I said, no, you gotta you gotta listen. You gotta spend money to make money. Everybody was supposed to cover your cups, your napkins, your lemons, but she taught me a valuable lesson. Okay, Nita said, and she didn't buy the Kool-Aid for me either. I had to wait till I got my allowance the following week. And by then, other people that got caught, other people didn't got hip to the hustle, and it was icy. We had a lemonade stand, a icy stand, and I'm bugging out. True story though. Anyway, maybe what Phil coming to the head now at this table, maybe like I said, they would look at gaming in a more serious light. To be honest with you, Microsoft always looked at gaming more or less as a hobby. We all know that their number one thing is Windows and then the services that they offer, right? Gaming was more like the afterthought. But to be fair though, last few years, in terms of media, movies, and music and stuff, gaming is number one now. It wasn't always that case. Gaming is number one forefront. Gaming is huge. So maybe they see that and they're looking at games like PUBG and all these other games that making so much money, and Microsoft, it was all about the money. But I hope, and I pray, who else is calling? I hope and I pray by this happening that it would benefit the Xbox division. You know what I mean? Things like what they did at Gamescom with Phil and Age of Empire. I'm not knocking those that like the game, but you have a show, you have a new console coming out. And I understand Age of Empire may be huge in Germany, whatever the case may be, right? But you go there and you announce a PC exclusive. Not saying again that I want to play Age of Empire, but what I don't understand is that how could PC still have their exclusives and the console side of things has to share all the exclusives with PC? You know what I mean? That was my questioning. Okay, maybe my delivery was a little over the top, but that's what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? This year alone, like I said, is under Phil. You have Lucky Tales, Zoo Tycoon, Disneyland Rush. Disneyland. You know what I mean? Xbox 4K Enhanced, Phantom Dust Original Access, Voodoo Vince. They bickered about the money and giving, I forgot the name of the studio that was doing a true next generation version of Phantom Dust, right? They said so they needed something like small. I'm not saying it's a lot of money, but $8 million to truly bring the game to life. And Phil said no, there's too much money. But again, they spend the money to enhance Disneyland, Rush, Zoo Tycoon, give us Phantom Dust at original assets, Voodoo Vince. That's why I'm a little leery, okay? Okay, and I tell you guys this, like, right, the real talk, right? I am what you call a true Xbox fan. I've been here. Hold on, I'm show you something. I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold on. Let me show you something, guys. I've been here since the turn of time. I have to blow the dust off this damn thing. I've been here since day one, right? So when I say that, which I've been saying for a while now, that I don't think they're moving in the right direction. Some of you guys took it at me as I don't know what I'm talking about or I'm bugging out, right? But look, check it out, right? True. Xbox fan. You know what I mean? True. So a lot of you took it as, I didn't know what I'm talking about, and I can go back and tell you the games that I had. Even just the other day, I shared a bunch of photos with Garrett, King's Blood Gaming, that I found, somewhere in the cloud somewhere. Some of my old Xbox and 360 collection and the Halo theme, like I said today, I'm what you call a true fan. So when I give my voice, my concern, it's coming from a valid point. But maybe my delivery be a little over the top, yes. But I'm telling you overall, like I said, I think it's just asinine when people try to argue me down about more games and about these big studios that Microsoft have creating more games. Like, I don't understand it. You know what I mean? You look at Rare. I gave an example yesterday, okay? If you look at one of the biggest races, well, I understand it was 8-bit, but you look at one of the biggest races that Nintendo had during the 8-bit era, or whatever the case may be. This is before Mario Kart and all that stuff, was RC Pro-Am. Rare made that. One of the biggest fighters of that generation was Killer Instinct. Rare made that. One of the best shooters of that generation, no, later on, GoldenEye. Rare, you understand what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So when I tell you that these developers can make, you know, different type of game, just because you know them from one type of game, doesn't mean that's all that it can make, okay? And when I gave you guys an example, and this is me talking to somebody over on that side of the pond, when they said I didn't go to school and put myself over $100,000 in debt just to make card games. I'm not just saying it to say it. Trust me when I tell you that, right? So again, getting back to what I'm originally saying. I mean, I don't know. People ask me what I feel about this. I hope and I pray that this will mean bigger and better things for the Xbox division. You know what I mean? That's all. Right now, I'm just letting you know, it's kind of shaky for Phil. You know what I mean? It's kind of shaky. Some of the decisions that he made as a gamer, you know, I don't totally agree with. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have to have exclusives on your console. You have to. I don't care what. It's exclusives that give your console its identity. You know what I mean? And more now, like I said, I'm not going to have a problem with PC gaming. It's cool. It is what it is. But again, you are in a business to sell hardware. You know, like you want people to go out and, you know, Gears of War or, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, to get your Xbox to play those games. Because again, you do have a business of what you're selling hardware. Now, I'm gonna say this before I get the hell out of here, right? Last thing I have to say. Kudos and congratulations. Hope it works well for them over there. I hope it works well. And again, I hope it doesn't spell the end of Xbox, okay? And what I mean by that, listen to what I'm about to say right here. I said to Phil, I said to Phil, I said, I've been with you guys for a very long time. You know that. And more or less, I'm paraphrasing here. I said to him, I said, I don't want to see my preferred console of choice become a service. You know? I understand your service-based games, which is telling you to make money and this, that, and the other. I just don't want a box that I'm just going to get Gears, Halo, and Forza, and and everything else is multiplats. You know what I mean? I want them to invest in new intellectual properties, you know, and give it the same AAA big budget treatment like they would do with Gears or Forza or a Halo. You know what I mean? That's all that I'm saying. You know, Microsoft needs a new hit. Halo is huge. You know, this may sound like blasphemy. It is, but Halo is not the shooter, not the king of shooters like it once was. You got a lot of people on the block now. You know what I mean? You know, you no longer have your own RPG, in which is Fable. You don't no longer have that anymore. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You can't, again, just keep giving us every 2 years another Gears, another Forza. Well, Forza and, you know, those are two different games. The Motorsport and Horizon series. But again, every 2.5 years, you can't keep giving us a Gears and the Halo. It's not, you're going to burn those franchises out. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me go to the comment section before I get to about it. See what you guys talk about in the comment section. E.S. Hawkins said, Phil's the man. Let's go, baby. Oh, my man, other Zinc, shout out to my man, too. He always come back and watches the show. He says here, Sony does not have a blank check, check, Zaire. No, fine. Well, we're talking about the PlayStation division. But what you're saying, listen to what I'm telling you, and I've always said this here, is that no, Sony doesn't have a blank check, but they're out hustling and out spending the Xbox division. Okay? And it's not about, again, what I don't understand what a lot of Xbox guys do, when things are bad for Microsoft, oh, what about Sony? I don't care. I'm talking about the Xbox division. I don't care what Sony across the street is doing. Like, no, I'm talking about the Xbox division. And for you, if you want them to do better and to improve, you have to be honest. You have to voice your concerns. You know what I mean? It's not about what Sony has a blank check of what Sony's spending. But whatever they're doing, they're out marketing, out hustling, and out advertising the Xbox. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. It's a fact. My man, I can't. The Soul Link said, "Z, would you say that the division has improved since 2013 or declined?" I would say honestly, to be honest, I would say that. I mean, now we have the Scorpio coming out, but that's what everybody's waiting on. But Alyssa, I ask you a question like this: if we didn't have the Scorpio or the Xbox One X, what is it to be excited for the Xbox right now? And I hope I answer your question, okay? If it wasn't for the X coming out this year, November, what is it to be excited about for the Xbox? You know what I mean? Let's be honest, okay? You know, other things say Halo Wars 2, Forza 7, PUBG, Cuphead are better than Sony's 2017 offering. So, hey, listen, again, all what you're saying is subjective, okay? You're talking about an indie game of Cuphead. All right. Halo Wars 2 RTS is better than Horizon Zero Dawn. Even though I'm not I thought Horizon Zero Dawn was kind of repetitive. I think not. Then again, we're talking about a simulation racer in Forza, which is another niche title. PUBG, it's going to be big for them. You know what I mean? Will it stay exclusive? I don't know, and I don't think so. But look at what Sony has released this year. And again, I don't care for those games, but it was huge for them and their fan base. They had them onslaught of little Japanese niche titles at the beginning of the year, Yakuza 19 and Gravity Rush 2 and Neo Kuni and what's the other one? Puerto Rico was hyping up Neo or whatever the case. Then they followed it up with Horizon Zero Dawn, and a lot of big games come out. You know, maybe they not been out. They made you know. Maybe like I said, maybe they don't appeal to me, but their fans like them. My man Portos X says, "Next Gen, you aren't even a Phil Spencer fan." I'm not. First of all, I'm not a fan of anyone. I'm a grown man, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't idol worship. You know what I mean? I don't have any disdain for the guy, but I'm not here going to sing his praise when he hasn't done it. But I got 9600 Xbox controllers, different colors, Elite controller. Riddle me this, right? Answer me this. You know, and again, I don't have a problem with Phil. What has Phil done for you to sing his praise this generation? What have you played from Phil? We all in this business to play games. It's not about Phil being the next guy who talks to me on Twitter. I'm asking you, as a gamer, what has Phil given you this generation? Well, you know, since he took over in 2014. What has he done? Who's next? What's going on? You know what I mean? So again, I'm just, you know, Griffin Games said the thing that pissed me off, Microsoft doesn't give his franchises a chance. Sony even gave Naki, said we should have gotten Rise 2, Sunset 2, Sunset Overdrive 2, Quantum Break 2. It takes time to build them up. And Griffin Gaming, you're absolutely right. That's the comment of the day right there. And it's something I've been saying. I said these games may not be a hit right now, but they need to invest in the long term of the franchise. And to be honest with you, let's be clear on this, right? I would rather had a Quantum Break 2 than a Crackdown 3. I would rather had a Rise 2 than a Crackdown 3. I would rather had a Sunset Overdrive 2 than a Crackdown 3. Just to be fair, you know, it is what it is, though. Last little plug, like I said again, I'm about to get out here and later on tonight, like I said, at 9 p.m., I have a special show that I've been thinking about doing it for a while. And listen here, I'm going to say it right. Here's a disclaimer. This show is not to offend anyone, okay? The name of the show is called God versus Evolution versus Science. And on one side, I'm going to have basically, you want to say someone that doesn't believe in religion or the whole Sky Daddy theory. And then on the other side, I'm going to have someone that believes in God. Like I said, it's all this show is to do is to provoke thought. That's all. It's not going to be no screaming match. Ain't going to be no cussing. A civilized conversation. That's all. Swing by, like I said, we're going to do that about 9 p.m. tonight. We'll probably make the room go live by 8:45. But anyway, thank you for rocking out with me right quick. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You know, broadband bullets. We out here working, man. We out here. Bang.